Hi, I'm Deb Kelch from Finish Well Health Coaching, and in my last episode, you learned about the bucket theory. So today, I'm going to expand on that theory a little bit and show you what happens when your cell receptors get blocked and why it causes you to get sick. So now I'm going to show you another version of what happens so that you can understand a little better. I'm going to draw it out for you. Okay, this is a cell here. So this here is a bilipid layer. And now ATP is cellular energy. So this is where you have your energy stores. This right here is the mitochondria. Cytoplasm inside the cell. Cell receptors. And cellular waste. So what happens, these cell receptors here, this is where vitamins and hormones, this is how they get into the cell, by these cell receptors here. So if you have too many seed oils, and you have inflammation here, this all gets inflamed, and these receptors start to get blocked by the toxins. And when these are blocked, hormones cannot get in here to send messages to the cell. That's when you start having hormone resistance, weight loss resistance, things like that. Vitamins and nutrients cannot get in here to the cell. So you can take as many supplements as you want. They might not be working. They will not work if they can't get in here. And then you have cellular waste, which when the cell makes energy, a byproduct of that energy is waste. That waste needs to come out. And if this is all blocked up, it can't get out. So that's why your body goes into fight or flight mode. Your body starts freaking out essentially and does whatever it can to fix this problem. The thing is, this has to be fixed the correct way. We have to remove this so that you can get energy, the waste can get out, the nutrients can get in, and you can start to heal. So the first step is removing the toxins from the cell membrane. Unfortunately, clearing out these toxins is not as easy as it sounds. All of our food, our water, our air is full of chemicals and pesticides, herbicides, pollution, all kinds of things. First, we're going to work on the gut, and then we have to clear out these toxins. So if you're not eating organic right now, the food you're eating is probably genetically modified and has pesticides on it that can't be washed off. And those the body fights against, the immune system fights against all of those. So if you dig a pond in your backyard, you put in a pond, you dig the hole, you put all the water in, you put fish in, and suddenly you discover the fish start dying. You clean up the water, they keep dying. You clean up the water, they keep dying. You don't know what to do. Well, maybe you need to look further upstream. Maybe if you drive down the road, there might be a factory up there and they might be dumping toxins into the water. Or there might be a farm, you might have runoff going into your water with toxins in it that's harming your fish. Well, this is the same concept with the body. You have to look upstream and make sure there's nothing that's causing these problems. Maybe you live in a house that had water damage. Almost every house has had water damage. Well, where there's water, there's mold. Maybe there's mold, and if you want to do proper mold remediation, you have to look behind walls and things like that because mycotoxins are produced by molds and they don't just go away if you just clean up the mold on the surface. You have to really dig down deep and make sure you get all of those mycotoxins out. That might be your upstream. Or in my case, I had 10 mercury amalgam fillings that I had to have removed. So those were causing heavy metal toxicity, and that can affect the brain. So the first thing we want to do, we want to get the body prepared to remove the toxins. So we're going to start cleaning up the diet and using some supplements. And then when the body is prepared, we're going to start eliminating the easy to get toxins, the low hanging fruit. We're going to eliminate the ones in the body. Things like Alzheimer's and Parkinson's, those things are a result of toxins in the brain. And if you look at studies, there are studies that show there's a link between mercury, aluminum, and Alzheimer's or dementia. So that's another reason. And these toxins, they don't just go away if you change your diet. They don't just go away because there are always toxins in our food. The soil is depleted. There are a lot of reasons why, but look around and you'll see all kinds of chemicals. Check your personal care products, your toothpaste, your shampoo, your body lotion, cologne. You'll see all kinds of chemicals you can't even pronounce. We're going to try to eliminate as many of these as you can. And what I do is I make a lot of my own products because I read the label on a bottle of glass cleaner and it was chemicals and water, and I was paying a lot of money for that when you can just use vinegar White vinegar and water will clean things a lot better. Or blue dish soap, the Blue Dawn. We use that a lot here. We make our own laundry soap. I've made my own toothpaste and shampoo, things like that. And with the laundry soap, you'll save a lot of money. You don't need a lot. You don't need a lot, just 1 tablespoon per load. And you make a mason jar full of that, a quart jar. That'll last a family of 6 almost a year. So you will save a lot of money. I will make a video for that one of these days and put it on the YouTube channel. But there are a lot of things you can do to eliminate the toxins that are under your control. Another thing is a lot of deodorants have aluminum in them, and the skin is the largest organ of the body. If you put something on your skin, maybe you spray some off or something like that, that's a pesticide, and it bypasses all of your body's filters, your liver, your kidneys, your gut, and it goes right into your bloodstream, and it's harmful. You don't ever want to do something like that. We don't spray our yard here. We have a lot of weeds that grow in the back, but I have a vacant field in the back of my house, so if I spray, it's going to be really futile because those seeds are going to blow from the field into my yard anyway. So what I do is I look for the edible plants and I use them. I use them to make balms, I use them to make salad, I use them to make tea. You can do that. Every plant has a medicinal value. You just have to figure out what it is. So I'm going to take advantage of those weeds. I'm going to try to pull out the weeds I don't want and make my yard look nice. But if there are some edibles there, I really want to keep those. Now, after you find healing, you're going to want to do some of these protocols as a preventative. Not all the time, maybe do them once a year, twice a year, just to keep those toxins at bay. Now, I did the program, I went through it. It took me 6 months to find healing. I was already eating healthy for several years. I was eating organic for 4 years, seeing a nutritionist, so I was somewhat healthy, but I still wasn't where I wanted to be. I still had fatigue, I still had chronic pain. I still had days where I couldn't get out of bed very well in the morning and I wasn't sleeping well. So that's when I realized I had to do something else. And then I did this program. It took me 6 months to go from zero athletic ability to triathlete. And I've competed in national championship races against some of the best athletes in the country. And you can get to this point too. So you don't want to do this process too quickly. You don't want to lose weight too fast. You don't want to plateau. You want to do this the right way. And there's time. It took a lifetime for you to get into this condition. And you have to lifestyle your way out now, which you can do, but it might take time. You don't want to be impatient. You want to do it the right way. And there are a lot of different ways depending on your body. Your body's not the same as mine. It's, my advice for you is not going to be the same as it would be for someone else because they grew up in a different environment. They lived in different living conditions, and all of that affects everything. Whether they lived in a moldy house or they lived out in the country or they lived by a freeway or they lived by high tension wires, you just have all different kind of situations going on here. So that's why we want to come up with a plan specific for you. And that's what I'm here for. So if you have any questions, go ahead and email me or text me, and I will help you come up with this plan and be with you through the whole process. And then my goal is for you to learn what you need to do to manage your own health so you don't need me anymore. I don't want you to rely on me anymore. After that, you can help your family and friends and share some of the things that you learned with them. And hopefully people can find healing. And I want to teach you how to navigate through all of the information that's out there. When I do research, I look at peer-reviewed studies. Those are very important. And you have to understand that there's a lot of conflicting information out there. And it's hard to navigate sometimes. You see conflicting information. Eggs are good for you. Eggs are bad for you. Red meat's good for you. Red meat's bad for you. What is the truth? So I'm here to help you find the truth. I want to empower people to take back their own health. I'm not trying to create clients for life. I want you to actually heal and find happiness, being able to do all the things you couldn't do before. That's my goal, and I want the best for you.